Florida Realtors just recently released the most recent market information for 2023. Now, I did not jump for joy, but I also didn't freak out and throw up. Some changes are occurring, and as this market moves forward, let's take a look at the stats to see why this is different from the last big crash. The housing market has felt like a wild ride. In Alachua County, our month's supply of inventory is up 23.8% year over year, which means we've gone from 2.1 months of inventory last September to now 2.6. Still, it's not a balanced market until we hit 4 to 6 months of inventory, and getting up to 4 months is gonna take time because we've been hovering in the 2-month range for years. Rising interest rates have hit, and they've hit at the same time that we have our fourth quarter seasonality where things kind of taper off a little bit. We hit 8% interest rates for a bit in October, which hadn't happened since 2000, and kind of made it feel like this ride was about to come to a screeching halt. Closed sales in my area are down 6.5% as compared to this month last year, and new pending sales have dipped 4.6%. None of these dips are earth-shattering, but it does feel like this roller coaster ride we're on might be ready to take us for a loop. And speaking of roller coasters, here is a fantastic illustration of what is happening right now. If you're like me, you love a good roller coaster. The element of surprise is thrilling, and your experience of the ride can vary depending upon where you're sitting. The front car experiences everything first, while the very back car has a bit of a lag and therefore a different experience of the ride. By the time the back car begins a drop, the front car may already be climbing up the next hill. Think of it this way, and I have to give credit where credit's due. Craig at my office went through a similar example, and it made so much sense. If the first 2 cars on the roller coaster are closed sales followed by pending or properties that are under contract, and the back 2 cars are sales price and inventory or housing supply, as the first 2 cars either go down or up, the last 2 cars are going to follow suit, but not simultaneously. They have to catch up. Right now, the number of closed sales in my area is down 6.5% from this month last year. And the number of pendings, or homes going under contract, is down 4.6%. The back 2 cars haven't crested the top of the hill yet, so sales price is still rising. It's up 2.2% from this time last year. And inventory is climbing. It's up 23.8%, or up to 2.6 months from this time last year. The inventory is a very important piece to watch, because as the inventory lags behind, if it starts to go up quickly and it's rising, and at the same time we see that closed sales and pending sales are dropping, then sales price is going to follow next, and sales prices will start to go down, because that just goes back to your basic supply and demand. If there's an increase in inventory or supply, but there's a decrease in demand or sales, then that's going to affect price. For example, if I have tickets to an amazing concert, it's one night only and you can't get these seats anywhere, people are going to pay me a lot of money for those tickets. If, on the other hand, I have 2 tickets to a concert, but it's in a stadium and there's still hundreds of seats available, I'm not going to get a lot of money for those tickets. I may not even get face value for those tickets because there's so many other ones available, which drives down the value. So, are we on the big drop or the big climb of this ride? I cannot predict that, and you know what? Neither can anybody else. But what I can say is that if you're a buyer, there's some interesting opportunities you might be able to take advantage of. As pending sales or homes going under contract is decreasing, we're starting to see some price corrections. And if you are a seller, watch the inventory like a hawk, because for now, you've got the advantage of still not having enough houses in your area to compete with you. But as that starts to shift, so does your leverage. It is so easy to get caught up in all of the noise happening in real estate right now. But what I want you to do is I want you to put on your tunnel vision. Just worry about the things that you can control and track the data that is clear. Data points like closed sales, new pending contracts, sales prices, and inventory. And inventory is the main driver of what is happening in our market right now. Some people are saying that inventory is about to skyrocket because foreclosures are coming in waves. Well, let me just tell you that I've got an opinion on that. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.